You also have a band.
I do.
Actually, you've had a few bands, but the one that we're going to concentrate on is the one that you're currently in.
Yeah.
And it's baptized or baptism?
Baptized.
Baptized by fire.
By fire. Yeah, we're actually we're shopping at the majors right now. I got a demo going out to all the big wigs starting next week. Actually, so fingers crossed for me. But with a demo filled with a few songs that my father, for the first time in ever, says are hits, and he's never told me that before, so I got a good feeling. So we really got some great stuff. If anybody's interested, you can check us out at baptizedxfire.com, and we got a bunch of new tunes up there, and we got our EP for sale and our T-shirts and whatever else. So if you like us, support us, because we need to fix the van.
I like the attitude. Now, baptizedxfire.com.
Yeah, baptizedxfire.com.
Okay. Now, you're also on MySpace, which is actually how I originally got in contact with you.
Yeah, that's my
about doing this.
My way of promoting everything, which started as mainly the band. Before this, I had a band called Blaze, which was basically the Jesse Blaze project. But when I hooked up with some musicians who I really liked and I really wanted to work with, I didn't want them to disappear on me. Right. So I said, how about we form a new band together? And call it something else. So that was actually the reason why we called the band Baptized by Fire, was because it was, I don't know if you've ever built something up, spend years building something up, and then realize that you didn't really do it the right way, and you have to totally just dismantle it in order to really achieve what you want to achieve. And that's what happened with Blaze. I had achieved some things, but I couldn't really get it any further than I really wanted it to go, and I had to destroy it. And that was the whole, Baptized by Fire, because it was a rebirth. I wanted to call the band the Phoenix, because this was my first failure, kind of, to a degree, and this was round two.
Well, now you've got comic books coming out. You're shopping your demo to the major labels,
yeah.
And you've had offers from indie labels, but you want to go for the majors so they can help promote you.
Yeah. How do I make any money? Is that the question?
Well, there is that, yeah. You seem to have a lot of irons in the fire. Where do you? And you just got married a few weeks ago.
Got married.
And between you and me, may I say, she's very nice looking.
Oh, she's more than nice looking.
Well, I can't say
she's
that.
At the Chicago Comic Con with me for the third year, and she pretends she has a good time.
Well, I can't say anything, dude. I don't want you kicking my butt while I'm here.
But I'm always like, are you really having a good time? She's like, yeah, I'm having a great time.
Okay. Well, that's cool.
She's cool. She's good shit.
Where do you find the energy? Where do you find the inspiration? Where do you find the creativity?
I realized recently, and it's kind of unfortunate, but most people, they get told in kindergarten or whatever, you can be whatever you want to be when you grow up. But they go home and they look at dad and mom and the family and they go, yeah, right. Look at all these failed, dreams. Somebody tried to do it and they didn't do it. They told me that. I went home and I looked and I was like, there it is. There's proof. I can do anything I want to do, and I can be whatever I want to be, and knowing that it's possible, having that, confirmed at home that it's possible that you can do whatever you want to do, I think has given me that little extra bit of, energy to try, even when I fail, to just keep trying. And I think a lot of other people tend to give up a little easy because they look around and they go, well, he failed, and they failed, and my friend failed, and why should I be any different? And actually, when I realized that, I really had so much extra respect for my father, because he didn't have anybody. He didn't have anybody that he looked and went, oh, look, they're succeeding. His dad was in a job he hated, and his mom was, his housewife with a bunch of kids that she didn't really want, and it was just, he looked around and he saw nothing, and still pressed on and pushed himself to succeed. So all you guys out there, you got to keep pushing. I got it easy because I can look and there's my inspiration. My dad did it, and my mom's done it to a degree, with fashion design and stuff, and I just see proof that you can do it. And not everybody has that, but I'm telling you, I got some proof living next door to me. If he can do it, you can do it. Everybody, positive stuff. Be positive.
Jesse, I want to tell you that we appreciate the time you took out to spend with us and talk for a few minutes, and You are cool, man. I'm very glad that I got in touch with you to come out here.
Cool too.
Yeah, well, thank you, dude. And we appreciate the time, and hopefully